Office of the President at the one-stop shop ra Blurorior. Podol ngitra Pastor Basik tahambol alit al press conference ri gidala mo.
Tololu. Udah mama Dios sa babalwada sa kimal mereng Australia mirubakal al tutau. Agil ngitra karubak magi mangul at al tingiem memang mangut atu kamam. Agi mereng Australia mirubakal dar sagang aklang al kimal Yesus al nyaw sebelam. Amen. Aktimo ewe akon rapat sa Jeremiah 33:3 Jeremiah ra okatay ra ede yak mulkmo. Call unto me and I will answer thee and show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest not. Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest not. Tiang adi yaksokol merikid mulk mo aragul mongal sungaset adios asubel maskid alom sereng maklisi mangidil ngarang mongsong serikid adios amadi maskid rokui. Okay, let me pray once more. Let me open it. Adam al Dios akmadi other seat tial meeting ruba kali korakaw. Adam agi imbreng sulem ariak sokorakaw maskama maklisi agul ngiti ruba kara lom sereng al mora moteling rabalu marangal gem rogu ruba kal adal belau adal kira belau pastira loms maklisi magerokun mongol sungsir di pastira Adam agi imbreng sulem aldar saga rogu ngaklang al gem Yesus hanya sebelam. Amen.
Sulang Pastor Musikte sulang na wilul klatka rogulungal sa kaseda malina ng sarubak kita umra lo asika ngaltangat talbulu la kadaw Dios talbulu lo malgorara lo asika el program kita gabalmenta lo ngaria opening prayer and closing prayer, and I think that's a representation of asika abulu lo Dios talbulu kadamran ngaltangat sulang Dungter te alle bodo susra ibudul mar klai mar bugul belau pilung ebir klai mar masil belau Vice President Oilo mar cabinet romgeda Minister Victor ma aitaro romgeda tutau Chief of Staff Landisang trigal mal susra gida mora President Paules mar bugul senators Speaker Kanai mar bugul delegates governors lators mar pek other belong ngara blur ang ayang el mora hotcharigi mangara ikra blur belala el alsils mal wil total agora mil other media wil total Jennifer wil total Lilai wil total Lei I guess se do hace WPFM Voice of the Voiceless Tia Belau and Island Times magdaman mereng asulo ng artiang lang kau tutela radrablu alo ding lo se beluadang rambru Michael kita albang so dik pesmia kada bel update of course last week yang melihat level el mora blura chaval se trip pergida mal moctegaria mo meserangal ya bes el Prime Minister Abdul Chaval Prime Minister Ishiba se awal got el trip pergi del morekler Abdul Beral mo mesara al head of government magadaman merenga sula Abdul Chaval el sel umra lo hacen tasamrani sel tugubet sel del willer gid mang tamal lulingit asing mal di mo mereka inauguration el se mereka del mera Chaval el lo hotel sel lungil el del willer gid كده أبتوقع ذاك الأول لهم كلا لورا شباب المغتمق على شباب الواد of course كده مؤمس هيقال حشيران مؤمرك من الطباسي كده نامسرا قوسي لم نامو ديبوس ورورا تورورا من الطباسي أضرب له شباب عملا ديرك السعودية دراسة تمنوا سير كده سلوك أيرال مرا بيوسيل ديرمي دسلبر أوريور نامر هيقال بلان change line ديرك الموت الجيرين موتشين زي اللي اسمه lost water تيرغل late last year ليس التيم اوتك من ايجي of course an ongoing projects يجي ده من الموضوع بلا شابال اللي جيرل سلوك blue prosperity plan يجي اللي كده من لونشرينج المقتغرية واسه كده balance protection and production ya sel dos other production and degal sel el trangi el morai kla blur bela mal bodor trangi rangawal alla ka facility rigid lol takay kani lagi dam dingin ase ablur amrigel amla tebde all the swell lo ase a porter ngamla ma PITI ay mo mga el mo o joint use ro mga ablur amrigel which means en modega fishing facility sel sumun sadal mut ngari o mga del merbela or dorok rangel moray klara ablur bela mang amle on tidra last year mo mga ablur shabala ase توسي كروريلا درلي أبيس الفيشing port سلام سوب المقط مقرأ وإرساء سه ideally نعرف لون نتبان for many reasons so هذا من المال مرفلا برسيد الدiscussion already أدرى construction رني سل مقطع قريبا سه لو مولا construction by 2027 دي رجل الترى هذا مال بلغنود لون ترى هذا شابال جيرلا تغرى tourism mar adra blura shabal of course atem lagamit ro sa Japan Airlines amo start el fly amle parte sel program la risel el APU sel auxiliary power unit el ni amle wal blen ngal sel airport riyid ma tamil skida ba esel masil mangar airport at time was a grant ma Japan Airlines amo fly ra March el sarta gid el charter flight certir and they're planning more the regal mle tingya dra danga shabala se that's not enough we need to do more tial direct flights in shabala help diversify our market riyad and ding mut lo singa del will riyad mablura shabal ma sel tara hablado urioringil urior asel mamlara flight ra united and mera blur bela and like I gal flight lulmura a Taiwan ama ablura Australia aiga blel underwrite a government regel belu meaning al sumun de al meter sel target ra minimum revenue guarantee so de al meter sel yang sel government sel belu awal help al fund mira de regal no me se blu shabalo así magra help rider seguir el on tider mar united el mostater tel flight ra ablura a shabla ma blu belal lo material partners seguir mga private sector mla step up kadiri ko naman sa airport corporation or kita drone kita mablura shabal kasi maybe they need to also be partners to ensure sa kita flight amamur sila kotan mareadal al tema lamang we're hoping that can start this summer the mayor ay guarantees to be secured and then we should be able to move on from that prime minister adisolo ay sa agi bom meeting yem legirel di 20 minutes a meeting rigid dingam lo end up over 1 hour vice president nga point nga bay mla muy wa history ra world war 2 mga bay mo bay le help programa o ay sa igal rexira ablura sha vale mal interested ra ablura blilio of course I'm there say emperor amley this is the 10th year anniversary share igal story ra ngele colonel na ano material adra abelaul el sera lora adra shabal after magama den nokla lang ling adire na ay tol tobet sel duel el mloage Jennifer adra la shabal ma blur belau mang ase gida ase dro ase bebe gel bebe ra bluen nse dro ase amrigela amle rescue tir dice lo que ngura ablur bela tiga gida other bela mlar bela lo mti other shabale tira mel invader gida di anyway I got part of history mo kadim leso al share gida se agora amle observation again you know at the end of the day mral to go bet setel del will gid man close to tela adada galoriol masaba akla yel ngam close to tela gid se lo hotel al ngarba bringi ro self freedom al gida obal mi mok la ile qalblu and respecting you know the rule of law of course the geopolitical situation that we're in it's more important that we stand together because we are stronger together vice president yadi mo together forward together stronger together better together so kada maral mrenga sulira hospitality tire mo course sel tani adra shabal tira mal mol mol ngosargit tira gamnoria tele del meter triel honorary council sergit material goodwill ambassador sergide idre wadi mutronita ngeswertir lisira tora tourism ma investment and mera blur well. That's one of the things that they emphasizing in more Prime Minister Shabala and so the other Shabala well investable what ngada mal marud le edonki amrura hotel investment rabura Shabal, and when we want to see more regal no said direga longeter triagi del honorary consul ma goodwill ambassadors se help pergidra asel uk tora tourism Michael flights. So we get these flights, let's fill them up. Direga mnoria tele del mitra Dr. Yoshino. Dr. Yoshino do donglilo aseng nia Partnership Economic Advisory Group rigid. Di direga mna help rigid sel uk programara Palau Savings Bond. Ese do donglilo aseng omugela urelo omugela Ministry of Finance rabra shabal. El tira direga mo funder sel software program el mosedor tra Palau Savings Band. Kita self announcing asing 100 talanding wase with technology yung asa really mo career say, and really sell the beauty of savings is we encourage our children to save. Mo said encourage our parents to say buy savings bonds for your kids, and when you buy those savings bonds and then we can use that money and maybe retire maybe I got high interest loans blur bela albangan. I mean, one of the things that we found out, for example, airport rela alsilsa, ang area blood seringin 14 million, the halara interest rate at 7.23%. Just think about if we had savings bonds and paying people 4%, and that would be the cost. We can reduce the cost. So it's say look, Dr. Yoshino say the savings bond opens up more opportunities for us to take the money el timing. Wala ba Bank of Hawaii ma Bank of Kuamal Morekra Blue Belal reinvest Belal and help the developer Abelwat. If do that, they can do their other Belal and I got Bangara Blue Belal. So anyway, Elal Wiga Kadamle Askara former Minister Udu, Minister in waiting, special advisor Sebora Shiaval, Eleng Narigel meetings that already been scheduled, the follow up, Marcel Girel Tel Tora Palau Savings Bond. And he'll be back next week. It's a joint program of the UN. Presenting the concept of Palau Savings Bond and more leadership of Blue Belau and getting it going. You know, Dr. Yoshino, he say, this is a problem, we need to fix it. And as eminent economist, as we all know, number one, and he's the most recognized and famous economist al time, and it's one of those things that we need to get done and get going. So the regal device was a minister Uduy, since the minister ngamal di Valentir magdamang asulel kung el di Valentir ngara en bru legal urol niakat magil. The regal I'll congratulate Emperor 65th birthday actually in February 23rd. Of course, I'm celebrating Idlis or Palasia. Congratulate Emperor. Of course, mal diriga mo madawring il mel muter mel dingara well galbes Emperor mel dingara blur belau. Last week, of course, I'm nani trigeseluk delegation or blur Taiwan and visit rigid. Say delegation led by legislator Wang Yi-chun, and it was made up of private sector individuals. Geltaramle represent amle CEO ra Hong Tai. It was the largest gear manufacturer, I think, in the world. 20% gears for transmissions in the world. Alorul. One of its, and all the ones for Tesla Loru. So if you met Elon Musk, I say, oi, maybe you can help me. But anyway, maybe we need the Doge to come and help us already look at things. But anyway, it was good to see private sector. SSL mal program Minister Lin, Galvesel Foreign Minister of Taiwan, invite her Taiwanese businessmen. Bor Palau, see the opportunities, see what you can investment, partner with Palauans and help develop apluwa them. Kada mereka sulit melel dengar ablur Palau. Di bawah saya elal Melwiga, I'm leaving today, marala afternoon. Ako mau attend their sale Talanoa, el gira la tora deep sea mining. Sale Talanoa, the leaders are meeting and discuss to address their sale. May on either a moratorium or a precautionary pause deep sea mining. Kita mga say within the Pacific, Nauru, Cook Islands, Kiribati, Atonga, Asoril Misra Bertakla. Tialong is single Bertakla international waters. That will affect us all. We believe we're in one ocean. Gida wase Boriang Wilom Su, Podangelo wase Gida Tial Bertakla, Bertakla the Rogui. Matang Sel, Basabakani, Don Garnil, Kira, Dalil Girat, and Gira Gadamang. Moktegra meeting Rida, Bodada Ukti Gidel as a Pacific family. That's the purpose of the Talanoa say meeting on Friday. Todrel al Sueb Mora Fiji Girel Cell meeting on Monday. En area official state visit Rigidramgela President Marcos Rahuri Ping. So I fly back over the weekend in Manila. El Momitra President Marcos and for el Gora MOU about the sign, one has to do with fisheries. Two Gora labor, government labor and mail, like hospital. The third one, air services agreement. So I get Gora work look Moswada. Of course, while first at this since I've been president, and first time look the Mitra president, and actually they're saying it's the first one in the last 20 years. Look, the Mitra Magila present Rahuri Ping. Of course, I get set up to Rahuri Ping Kirabelam to Gotak medal, blue, the regal, other than FSM, medal Yidam, to Trella Alwilla, the will read, and will understanding. Also, we can talk about security issues, Magel challenges that we face. We will say, Egadal Mut, Swebal Mora, Solomon Islands, Marisel Honiera Summit, which is Momesara Uxel progress that we've all made. El Girella Tagora SDG 14. SDG 14 Amsadra water, life below water. And more importantly, Amsadra conservation, sustainability, Ulspela Adabeth, and Maigal marine resources. Egidam Dingala say Egal Tel Toro Mangadra Pacifica, close to Tel Mergida Rogu. But we have to do it, we have to manage it sustainably. And Esel Gida at Magal Mat Mokri, Gadamla other Pacifica, Sel UBBP plan, which is 100% managed oceans, 30% protected, and really balancing protection and production. And we want to continue to work with our partners at the Pacific focused Maulang Honier Summit. Minister Victoria joined the meeting. The last one is the update niya Minister of Finance ada lang artiya makmumtera Minister of Finance. Kasi tax refund bodo todara February 25 and 26. This was the low ice kasi trigel total el tira mamla tax refund el msugra less than 15,000. 3,229 alat. The estimate was almost $3 million in both the give out.
25 to 28. 25 to 28. 25 to 26. 15,000 and below.
Okay. 25 to 26, 15,000 and below. Sell 27 to 28, 15,000 and more 30,000. 1,850 lad. Sell bodol to the Niludo is about 1.9 million. So total ay gamot makarugak medal 5 million about the distributor el mail week. Kada demo distributor tial obis rigidra one stop shop. Yeah, mausubes. Nga baim na owi da gal tablol kaluma wana semle 2024 So halik kivaigal numbers. 2024 emle 3,229 الآن emle below 15,000. الآن بقول 2025 التملان ما تلديمو 2,906. واخر سنغرا بلغون بواسير أدم لما سأودو دير. يصير وقتور سيل درغلا 15,000 المودوري 1,000. 2024 يتملي 1,850. الآن 2025 يتنامو 1,973. So تملا saying upward and forward. Okay, kita continuing. So seguida am lego seguida mo. Oy, tu plan mas aududim na mo dakalar sel full refund ukti 480. Din dire kalso kaldi mo mention lo ase. Kita dire kalmal madangi lo ase atirigel so mo sube sa gen numbers nga kamla with Miguel say this year arade I this year arada almost 5,000. The amount of that yahid 1,770,000 amora tirigel below 15,000 tirigel above between 15 madorit 30,000 and 947,000 waling ilang tasel ludo del morsel less than 15 etelamom kasay emla increase el ludo der adron la 15 to dori disel one el missing say yakmadingel waset tirigel above 60 tirigel senior citizens allow agel wase igmam el giram el malar sel for area gira el gir man actiler inauguration emla submit rabil mur el bira galulaw akmadingel wase endra session tirel al week قد ديو لين ترتيب أسير أضرب له مال درجة ميل يعمل مقتدر جدا عمل صدر سأقولهم سيعمل فرصة البيل عمل الثانية within this regular session أديك بدأ ترى من بس أنا رايقل appointment بايس على ده بيتم مرة رايقل appointment دي كذا أضرب له ميل and I think مال simple لا كذا مله authorizing دي منقد appropriating and I think clearly stated that a first quarter report Egel collections rigid. All categories are above or still estimated. Mostly are at above 30%. They get as I said, first quarter and get the dirmurtra 20%. So, akti malay other olbilo say lakamadacht enough of please appropriate bol sebedel mastrira trigal uk senior citizens and me rigid say kada kirel germo. Anyway. Andimna sogal share sayid by mutiarte alle msa tella vice president mo update trigid I'm sure rather blue maria question till girel sel via donal ransomware attack amnora hospital so sulage vice president saulon
ngito taw president mergar mo technical ministers ma chief of staff kami war adra media tiregal malungil to taw pastor togubet sa lungil to tao mor adra belaw guk ngarinya te earlier loreng sekiang program rigide kami wa amlamo madange adra media wase ngaringi notice el tilo del merabuay el gerel tiagid el ransomware attack el mora ministry gidra held tia mlo di lubar sera to tao ramande mlorngi ransomware attack laungila to radis model more other belau will understand ringi ana simple language tiabel gula mo tirgal hackers tirge access a system rigid emergo access a data ngar al sela system rigid convert taigel data mo code mang modial sa pedal access ay gid el recorder rigid ngar al sela system rigid at the same time ya moktegar tira amalaw dod kora dimandra blur belau wasem pe mergo gimlu tel release ay documentary kami unday tar kami masay gidya di luber seramanda tutaw ramande aradra urior hospital mlorngia kora disruptions ra urior matamle report tel mornga gidel IT ra hospital nga gidel dong okrebitar nga kalsmaw mangkaya direct kora milso bringi Tsekamsil maruguy emolmol ang raswel para sa igid al Monday enyam a detect ngil was this is a ransomware attack masayigid yang amlekot makatmok kal mora hospital amle pula tiale website tiale system rigid ra na network rigid ra internet mergoya hospital rogira dimlo ra manual operation mlo diakal ngara connected al mora internet marbek la adro roguya dimlo kara manual operation se diswakal assure adra blue roguil wase diaka mal ngaral impact ringil mora toera ugurul mal uben diaka gora ase bakreng rigid al girela toera se mangarra al wase tiamol ngarngi impact ringil mora toera ugurur tial hospital rigid diak by the impact ringi mong swakal sir lo bangamiwar adra media awaseng le tiay gid al ransomware attack am le impact for the server ra hospital ay gid al server hospital ay gel ngaringi records ra ra al sel madirek legal record ra lab mandirek ngara al sel matial email system ra hospital mandirek wayablo seral puller ni of course ang modiak Belal time al tangara amlamora manual operation ra hospital ang telgibel ngarnya dile ra kuk teletele laureore leng ma require ra will tokta nga marnurs al bulgula kaseng agiril dihen melu sa will el tokoy el mora babier mang tagadngar segid ra elang mangwal ko ra slow down or segid o si siwil time ya direct kuk lab result marokuy man direct maagiril di melu sa paper ma direct tirgel kuk ospe el malakarir ti al pharmacy gidra hospital man direct ngarngi sa gid al wal impact al mortir ngarik at ko ya direct la tuob dal wase sugum ko malakar mu mga igel blilakar al ngarngi igel prescription ra label al ngaray krel mal talgibel beotra pharmacy gidra hospital lol top da karir at by gid awal gora impacted kay gid al ransomware attack al mora hospital gid and the again and so the reassure adrablu was a dia ka mal ngaral impact ringil gere ala to era guru hospital gid now say gid rabol aware ngi mal waset ya gid ya batengel attack al mlamor ngi irtial system gid hospital mergoy gidangal tangata ra kabelment gid al time le tangar ngi our cyber security expert al ngarabul belaw Blur belaw rel all time. Tirkang adra Australia, madirek adra marigel. Langartialo lang seora blur belaw girela way kayil tokoy. Manggal ay tira hospital, sel timur hospital am lekan takter tir. Masay gidra swell bra Monday, etir kay gidra lo bangela hospital lo mesertial tiay gidel tokoy. Emerkoy of course ito lang seol secure ngi el mo el restore ay gel ngi data marukuil record del guk miltamal kita direct ngarngi backup pergid may gigid ya direct restore al sela system pergid so this wakal di duli wa sekda merenga sulira adra hospital rokui التلجيب القرى التلجيب القرى ngarngi segid el guk additional lureol long mok ngi lem agiril record aro kuil tokoil morababier di atkoy mlamergit ang kagita ay tira hospital lo mangget malsum gora ngarngi al mo tel detail del question el so miulo gereng sab el mo henzir gmiwe di tokoil mergit awase tirga igidra lo meser tiang sera mandel mel mo tel ang al sukum ang gora di melmol mel gora di akal sal gora di ima ungil basula rogui etel amo mornya meeting ra hospital management hospital ra el alsils emro yung lasab il mode el connector ti al system rigid el ekadal mode el go back to full operation as like before maktingul mori segid so lay abay direct tiang al adireklo sis akal mergid president tak matengel wasing tiadi akal katengel time el ngarngi away gaigid el attack el merabalur belaw direct el mlapen el morabebir ministry ra kabelment ra balur belaw makadabay usper tiil te alle wasitial adirek lungil apay lukora morngi a training al mora igalbek al agency ra kabelment ro kuye madirek al dosi garal wasekadam kara secure ay gaigid al guk kloklela kabelment ma aro kuil to koy mo safe abel wadra balwatra belaw. Tamak pay dingul mo risay gid president tal ngaringi ako ral gerel sen kagita ay til asbel mo tal mo gamiwe ngawak la matangay gal tukoy nga katiakal salmo ya aklaw ng nga kalway gamiw maldum kay gid ya pay asbel almo tal mo ko makail smaw ta yel koraso miw loger atang
Ito halin ko Victor mo.
Update ng ti alalangan to ka update mong kulang itra kalorang ra bakla. In addition mora igel dilo president mora at legal bangel mora state visit ringil mora Tokyo. Ya ngani atablol tol kuk tokora sers blodo tra partners sergit. Los edel mitra angel president tra oiska. Kita mandir kwasi oiska mlaria presence ringil belar ngaramong el altai mangaria Palau oiska chapter. Udulung itra oiska kwasi lutul sabel moria presence ringil belau. Tamle proposal wasing sabel lomu lel statra training. Maybe kada sendra adadal mora igel oiska training centers ra Siabal. Tira sabil support training. Moda milong adul gira la establishment ra MOU ra government gida ma oiska mo sabel lise gida el training. Legada medengel wase trigel other belal bel trainer tira oiska dimla mo toward the retirement. Diagab esel ngalgel belal gora mo replacers tir masaya agora focus ra rere del dulingit ringira oiska. Dirigam loring at 11 million other sel Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry. Maria a joint committee task force ra belau masaya del Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Environment. Masaya del Ministry ra togora sers. Dulingit tiril wasya Siabal amla ngusugi dal magarura slaughter house ramal ka dindia kamal kal the slaughter odulungi tir ko sel bolnya sel ngasol sebel lolo ngasirgi dal maktub wala ser ramal kadamla mulya gel mal kalom ella gais dingel mal kal modoy mel sebel ngul morsel slaughter house adirga kal borngi mong siamle tara unti dal المرة government راسيابال ما توم مسرني. In the meantime يا قدم لا نيت ترتيل قال partner كذا تايوان technical mission القاسي العراق يقول سبعة ذلهم ضوي سايقل نلقى العمل البودروس المرة أدرى سيرس تريقل لهم إلا عمل أو مقرول العمل المغيسة. Taitang ari R5 other assets magi estimate lo sia gilo magi increase armira el sel al aragal mo ngara taltela la armela imol ath and sub either produce ngara over 1 million el ngaisa el mora market below le klungel ngais el importing il mervelar ta el altai ngara 1.9 million mong gida model wasia arala 1000 el ngaisa amlamo $11 arala locally produced el ngaisa angara $6 to $7 mong klot lang gagi del ngais el dogurulir belal mo into the market without having to impose additional tax ra import ra ngais el already na mamring laral masigi dagi mulungit ringira partner gidra Taiwan technical mission kasi me bodo focus sa gidra el arak mal sab eden lomdoy sa local egg production ra al sela blur belal lol ngaser magitra angay sa alsala valor belaw. President Tamle mention ra state visit ringil mo ra huriping aktiri kalubanggal mo saying nersel MOU ra between ra Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Environment, Masel Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources ra valor huriping. Se agora di framework ra cooperation rigid kalubanggal huriping. Kadang-kadang waseng over the years ang boto ka learning exchange ra blur belal government ma private individuals ma groups and more huriping on their own. Modulungit ra huriping kasi med establish el tagid el MOU mulbol nga framework ra cooperation ra government to government may gagid lo maral el mol sa edlo lo ngasera ra adal momel the director tir el mora igel maral ngania bol usutrir tir ra togora training atawara private investment ma partnership. Huriping mlerol out last year, mlerol out technical cooperation program till for the Pacific. Because egida mlamo 2 years el other tel MOU gida ma huriping egida agoto blura Pacific el bol implementer segid el technical cooperation project tir. Mamlang aria tim tir el assess kora needs rigid. Next month en aria kuk tim rigid el era Bureau of Agriculture ma Bureau of Fisheries el mor huriping el mol momes aigel el training sites el boda sendra dada el mol mora training so sea agora MOU under seguid el brother MOU framework ra boda saing ngira huriping mo hopefully sea mo help el facilitate tabto el training el gida all mor huriping mol on our own mo sube el drura government mor huriping el angala gida el training. And then direct el morsel el STG Honiara Summit and STG 14.4 President Tamle mentioned herself unlogging Blue Pacific Prosperity. Ninguk ngaringawan ra initiative el kumama kukidra tokora fisheries sa focus ringi kadom kodong kwaseng East New Britain Initiative. Tianga initiative el Papua New Guinea ngilul mera madala Pacific region selvaseng Forum Fisheries Agency ya members gilingel support ringi ya mukte ringi because kadamel waseng close to na 60% ra tunal mora world market comes from the Western and Central Pacific region. Ngani gel estimate lo asya gel access fee el Pelura Pacific ang ma di a little bit over $500 million. Es el processing value rangal tuna ngara about 11 billion. Mung seguid agora aldas lo hacen instead de rangal access fee en la mogire de lomdas mora processing. Dil imol belul ngara processing ang maringela. Ngari belul waigid belal dial enough radad, dial enough angaled, dial enough resources sergid el ko erit alone. Mapapuni gilim le propose lo hacen global urir togar adrir ngari some resources maybe say mo hub ya bekal bulu mo oldrok latunan more set the process so we gain more value. Say agora das will say the initiative el bladuli so hopefully in the future say ako komu labe es el teal ra opportunity ra siobay ma ngaltunal most of other processing within the Pacific mo biot aral mergid. Elagado gore lira Pacific other klima Thailand at processing other klima merigel ma Europe egid aringin amerigel el mema ulmal merigel aral atunargid. So say awan ra agora uldasolo asing important ang tunal mora food security ngal fresh mangal processed magara kadungul me mo sub edel los pairing within our communities support livelihood ma food security gid. So hindi gid ya agora daital update ya mga question sub edel entertain gamsulo.
Ale di urtur yang reminder nga minister ay gan tokon meeting nga masyabal dimlak mention. Dik quickly go through them. Sulang alulo ay sa kadam limiter President Roiska dire kadam limiter adra OFCF amno ya tela del limiter President Rajaiga of course el gira legal tokol project Rajaiga rablur bela mga sulir gira tigal adra urior TEPCO mo sendring el distribution engineer mo help gidra o meser tiel dengi gidel reducer cell blackout plan gira la future dengi to totally go 100% by 2032. Dirigal mla tela de meter el Minister of Transportation Rashaban dirigal meter trigal tira shareholders tiel Palau International Airport Corporation. That's gonna show jits ma Jatco ma Nippon Koe ma dirigal government trablo Rashaban la parte de corporation. Of course tigal mal katatar salid nasa del muter meter Prime Minister Kishida of course kita mlet makaloro lo miguel de rag mal toka tatakaloro gira lagi of course tigal mal man other all bill idrigal meter sel Japan Palau Parliamentary League tigal El other will be Rablo Shabal. El tira uk support trigid, so we had a very good meeting with them. El dirigal share yida amsa portrangat pang skogi Rablo Shabal me, including ayel emreng asulur ayel already maran me. El asli kada no sa druk mesa sa lidera chairman sa Sakawa, mutel milisi irsel yida magalurol gira tira marine law, but also other initiatives that gidam na sa tira mal partner gide next month ra March mora Shabal mora program el tira hosting sa Sakawa Foundation gira la Tora Oceans, and I'll be a keynote speaker there mo na will place at the sang. So timle so kala update tayele kita lo kurto da news edim lagal mention ay tira da Shabal wasit amam uktim lagal to telam. We got to make sure everybody's covered. So هلا pasate ala ministra statement dil la update tergidra ukmla umrolen ma Taiwan. Umla Taiwan e me tergidra Shabal.
Cual timera rakayat susura bla do presidente vice aktir mal di briefly update ra umrolen ma Taiwan before Shabal mamita president ma minister Victor. Selo umrolen ma Taiwan amle tu general mamel amle company mamel amle governor Rai Norman Girat Award ma floor leader Ralph Kanay ma governor of state el Sudimo ma gagidele special envoy president David Orum mora Taiwan. So first rera melblong amlo mesetel gombali introduce color painted solar panels. Sabihin mo siya singer ko mula solar panels mulo yang and it works lo. Manya sample ludro clean lubis kumamol siya singra gagidele minister Obiang el solar panel. So siya direct telungan niya president masingal minister of foreign affairs Taiwan Mr. Lin mal keen on promoting investments in Merbella, and that's one of his gagidele interest lo bat tol Merbella. Magidim lo message lurior mar adal ngaringi. And it's very interesting na sila tigam lang mo Taiwan ko sila Kmart sa store Kmart mina Family Mart. Agiro wool signs mga those are solar panels at tigila. So you can actually see somebody outside and tigil. So interesting concept mas important yung aesthetics when they can mal di square. Ya tigil adri ram lamit tiyang yung mas tel building is we can do this building. So tigab tol regate elim. Number two, I was also invited in other delegation. We allowed to attend the Asia Pacific region chapter at the World Chamber of Commerce Taiwan. Add-on das was Taiwan Chamber of Commerce at the time. Titianga world. What they gave last year, earlier this year. So, Taiwan companies in Sri Lanka, Taiwan companies in Thailand. We get together every year or every 2 years or more. Ice boxing. How do we promote investments? Below. Mataman interested in Palau, so we lang kaya special envoy president ang nakalek all information and they plan to come this year again. Mong sige dulu niya president masingal foreign minister Lina mal very keen in promoting investments in Palau, and some of them makuknga niyan mera March and April. We'll keep you posted on that. Of course, Ma'am will turn out and everybody else I'm interested in Palau. So Palau was basically put on the main attraction of Sagibo. Then to realize the potential, and they're also keen about renewable energy. Dimna sige the president Kamsula.
Media, tell a question. Okay.
Poi lei ngaringi ransom note el kilo mga web edit lo tungkol sa iting lo tungkol Small tablet.
Still, as soon as happened the incident ramam, I started trial and recovering. And sir, once the game sa system ramam already ngayon niya no tan made. And low ay sa ramam kasi the series ito. Ngani idea ram kasi ngaral group penting suma man mingi mamlaka investigation before we comment on that. And sometimes for us, we want to verify first before we come to the public with
My question is, dala niyo na demand to get our information back.
Said note. That's part of the reason why we want to wait until the forensics are done. They note it's a template. This is back was even what it was talking about that it had secured a lot of the stuff they were talking about is things we don't use in the Ministry of Health and Human Services.
And so, hindi ka specific amount of money they're requesting you. Kasi per ka mamiging release sa information ng kami.
Hindi ka doctor verify. Leo tungro naman mal-IT. Leo verify at naman ba kasi okay, this worked or that specific system. So, nila ID ko ma'am. So, we don't want to create more opportunities for them to come in and then do the same thing again.
Kami na-mention na minister la sa muli aldo tuwa nila since possibly naman technical expert kung resume operations. Balgula sa assume kung resume operations kung lamos pa mil access ay kal data hold and run something is that the case?
Yes, that is the case. I give them a recover system ma'am. There's still some testing that from another ministry we need to conduct before again look online. We want to be in the best situation as possible to actively expose our systems to the net again.
Okay, last question. Sa last time it's an incident Ministry Justice, Ministry of Finance. Ngaring niya back up para information will restore as soon as they could. Ngaring niya back up para kami what you mean by mamal resume malume kung lab breakers and go the technical hackers and some will get you information back. It's like classified.
Oy lang wagi mo ay sa tatela maging operator at sila sa hospital. In a lot of time gitir ka mga recovery mode and I can tatela la ay tira hospital at talibel nga ka ta chatcho ka lutup del muraboy lang ako lol tatela la system ra. It's just IT is mostly information. If you want to break into something, you have to know it first before you break into it. The infrastructure information until we're confident that we're not going to face the same situation again.
kasi kailan sa lugar dito ulit water wala kada mal mereka sulit. I think sel mlese ala itiriyel Adido kasi sengkam ngam na ali bet tokol ring ilme ng membre del identify and put a stop to it. Ele segida I think shows our resilience in a system again. And then being able to recover, madrigal show lo segida we're resilient. And I think segida over the past few years, of course we had the first attack on Ministry of Justice. Then we had an attack and more finance and more self-financial management system. Then we had an attack on Asakudara customs. Then we had an attack on immigration system. And then recently in NDBP. I think over time, we've all learned that we have to have systems in place to quickly recover because we have to continue to provide the service and that we're not vulnerable. We have to defend ourselves, and I think one of the things that it just shows a Ministry of Finance, they have a few people, but this is really a whole of government problem. It's a department that get increase staffing in support everybody because it's not confined. It's beginning to spread everywhere, and we have to expect it's going to continue. With cyber, that's the future. So, I want to other IT hospital being able to recover and hopefully positively this afternoon back online. That's we've heard of ransom attacks in American, and they've actually had to pay. I don't know if you remember back in California, they had to pay to get their data back. No, fortunately, we don't have to pay. We're going to get it back. So I think that's so lang na wheel order.
Rephrase a question na mo siya answering jam sa ligang. A question na sabi mo ada blue po understand rin. Within the Sima Resilience Hospital, visually assurance was it's in place means so nga mechanism and recover. So I think that's what the public needs to know. So it's basically yes or no. And from the answer, that's
Yes.
Yes.
There is.
the question, next question na kilala. Palabay mo nga President, it's about hindi mo sa ministro. And there was nakoram ni real kilala sa cybersecurity. Ada itila metro ko am naging mit makora mga sen amara sen mo lurior ang direct ng niya bila gidile I know for a fact yung kakaros lobbies ang niya kakaros planetir din dia kada sa government wide effort sort of may karo lobbies lugara mo ka ngel kinela ya to protect mang amor niya real at tinyo na gidile efforts may karo lobbies sa government maybe including public sector sabihin mo.
Really important, and there was a policy. What was developed? Policy that's been developed by Jay Hansen was leading it. The digital residency officer, and of course with partners together, other Australia, other American, and that's why they have a team here still helping us. Just to help another problem understand I think I'm going to focus on Ministry of Finance and how they attacked it. I think another finance around there say you have to be careful with our email account. System. These are things that we need to be aware of, and we need to help and educate our restaurant ministries and other critical systems so they're aware and able to identify it's happening. And we just have to know, we need to protect ourselves by being diligent and lomes email that make sense, don't open it. Sometimes I mal sa Maria with Tora and said maybe
One more question girela. Say gidele most likely attacks and necessary attack ay galobis ang attack individuals. Manggil hotel tigil uriora ang lang mo na yawdasan mo government wide training tigil hotel route every single machine.
I see. Giran our directors, our chiefs, and make sure they are training and more are other. And I think that's something that we need to work on. Why the press conference I think helpful. Hopefully another race. And we'll take ourselves responsibility. But you're right. You're not training. Of course, the Ministry of Health, IT, they've gone through this. Vice President will meet with his team and make sure you're using a computer. These are the things, the precautions that you need to take and make sure we keep the system safe. But there's nothing ever 100% safe. So it's going to happen. But what we're just trying to do is mitigate and minimize And then most importantly, when it does happen, how do we recover?
Ko di follow up se President sera January mlaring ya cybersecurity training.
I see.
Nakalwit ba sa information mlaring. Mlaring ya ngari abil la top del el introducing la Senate el masada seguir de lo hacemos create kind of a cybersecurity
Office.
Mung kodome se lo hace ay kalto era cyber attacks is takadil belaw. Kodome se ngira all over the world and happening everywhere. Lenga kulto elang ati connected al ma internet. Ngani ako raw das wel dire kalo mes ra public education ra takadil to raw ra kabalment dire kalmaklo scamming ra individuals sa other belaw. To ko kita ngara tengway dire ka experience kita igang umbrang ay gero kuldo wesel so is dire kalmal bato kara adam na me malgor kamam la say aunties and uncles are getting temla mo malalon uldurok laudo more somewhere dire kal ngayak lon impact ring yakum da son merkida other bela as a whole ngani ako raw real mo ngas possible uldas well mo expand their education maybe PNCC I don't know well more adrabul kinel talent. It's becoming a real issue, especially anybody has access to internet at all time.
The sulang elera question ka kumesra ka kamle in your last issue Island Times saying kamlom sa da get scams. And close to tell what I say it's a global problem. In fact, cover Economist and it's talking about the scamming. But tell term los peria say pig butchering. And it's interesting that the way the scammers operate, of course, they come in through social media, through emails, maybe the sorry, maybe the miskak mong arang clan. And what they do is, the miskak say, so that's why it's pig butchering. They fatten you up and kill you. And it was talking about Blue Rambriel $12 billion in scamming. This is to American citizens. Blue Rasina mang problem. And then one of the havens said Sina Laos, Cambodia. And what's interesting about all of these operations, they're run by organized crime. It's more profitable than running drugs. They scam people. So, but unfortunately, because it's run by organized crime, they also bring in drugs, human trafficking, and all those other things. So we have to be diligent on all fronts. So, educated tilo say there's no free money. I'm saying, we've talked about this in press conferences before. There's no free money out there. So it's important that the media shares. Important. Of course, press conference like this help people understand. I mean, I know of stories that are other. Another 10,000 or pay another. And I shared this at the cyber security conference that we had in IRI. This is just the example of scams that are going out there. The helper other saying there's no fast and easy money, and if it sounds too good to be true, it's fake. It's a scam. And then fatten you up and then slaughter you. That's not good. And we need to help the people understand media to getting that message out there. And yes.
Those special torbela al pick butchering. Moada babi.
Yeah. Tamagalya babi mamre ke magodi. Yeah.
Mamla askay karagul ka question la cyber attack. Malungil tial PSL one stop building. Di kari kawas ay ngaral office lamot ro mo ngaral office me meral sel tial one stop building.
Oh, offices that were here before. So ISS, tax, but we're going to move immigration ang Arabla Police, so they're going to move over here. Some are maybe a function or move that we want to get closer to people, like part of budget, ma planning, obviously supply ng arteryo. I think PPUC is asking for the real space and maybe billings, collections, so that's something that we're working with them. And the idea was the centralized one-stop shop. I don't know if that's a good name, but I'm gonna come up with a different name. But sir, moktega kasi kadrulin mo biya rablo. Morisel collection place dire drop off our passports or whatever. Maria one central location sa meri Michael service mo spell. So we're in the process of moving in. Well, we need more money to buy furniture and then finish walkways and make sure and sell parking lot raguran accessible mertel building. Like we want to make sure to get other lower tel building amo parking say marakas customers sa kanya parking tel madala building. Kita malumra sa customers should be first. Other hablo should have parking the other hablo for the parking set vital roy them consider other. So those are still in process. I will fully open and area or gat magila, but so lang na question. Labor so there were labor particular must moving in. My HR, tell HR personnel government again, people need to access regularly.
Malungit to 10 year kita ro kuye. Vice President, if I may, kukuram le mention alwase sel cyber attacks gomeng algoran nalmutal pa kalmortial. Hindi inswatal ko radio care kau ma assistant ter alwase kom lo mention al nganya direct medical records sa ablon al plel nga takal mo niya tangila info insab ML goram isin morar adarablu assure morar adarablu wase medical information artir luaya medical chart artira secure del tiakal pol gora worry del makita hukul attack artira ransom ra medical information artir if you may share.
Okay. At tutaw tilay gidal ngaring itirgay gidal cyber security expert le brief ra president mga kama other olbir ra kalulaw tirgel chairman ra igal kami tira held ra igal tablol blay tara issue will bring up niya was right now hindi akal sa edel tel was igang most of the irel mile book mile otto ra web atar web tir maluben dia o say at this point and yakan sa pedal mul moral girel and then sugum in the event ting maaway say ya ko tulo ulit to say ge direct mering regitar other belaw access ongerung ang girel guk ngarnya igel step guk pol advisor other belaw was say gagit steps al obom tegel protect tay gagit in guk ngara kora protection le gormiu mga mulway se direng ulil more item al sabel low to the clarify
information sel tetelal ngay it's not for public consumption. What tayo dululukor niya Vice President Minister Kamam. I guess el once ngay and tangman mother web or traw they're not tapalulok ko say hindi kalngi dil atas el mura internet tem ko nga search information ko am sa remra anet ay ngotruli mutatralo running like that. Hindi at this point in time ang matalol ko nga minister kamam hindi ka sa confirm el ko say information at tiro ko time frame ra tel incident 5 hours klungel not gonna talk about that, sorry. klungela information gim kulkaba mas custodian ngi aklo mong giraman mo ko through o mesra ngiril tirakal cyber specialist mo ko through ya o mesra system ra mo ko sing ngara portion ngi actually to namrut.
Itiakarigal mo ra, Minister a State. Minister, kokoram le mention tial Lobanggela Commerce of Chamber at Taiwan. Gitial ko ra omisay direct flight sa next month summer. Ngayon ako ra initiative ra Ministry ra State el marula ko ra trade relation Lobanggela government ra Siabal. Since ako ko ra omis yung mga regular flight ra Siabal especially sa regular flight ra Siabal ra summertime loader Lobanggela magiging businesses. Empower small mom and pop store and sab ML help more niya ako ra kumpali sab eden order aklal ni el medel white tel Taiwan.
Ma'am Sal, question Jen Malungil. As a matter of fact, I'm ambassador of Siaval ng Embassy ng Palau, or also discussing the trade show. There's also options that offers that so they'll open clinics, medical clinics for referral programs. So there's a lot of opportunity. Sa direct flight will continue sa malo open abtol te alan American. Mga gimnatan mo sa trade show from Japan. Direct one niya identify myself. What kind of partnerships do we need to put together? Agim nititira 100 other may ukol ditua mo sa elan. So trade show it's an opportunity for the private sector or anybody more meet a tier and make connections with them, and we will facilitate that. Then at the priority is trying to get the United Airlines flight to continue to come to Palau on a regular basis. Mas opening it teal. Ang nga niya teal al ni today go to Guam may mamring. Kaman masalit the question and I'll keep you posted once we are getting closer to it. So lang.
Minister Victor, ako ra di wonder with the challenges ra Blura Marigel tariff, deportation na butokol illegal immigrants ra sa Blura Marigel. Adam to ko ra tail mla omeselwase wangarak lungela yasay fruits the import. Magaradol nga sewra other assers magidel most of the other relartial galra import magarabol the self-sustained mo mesel sab emelol nga sewra other assers.
One question it's different. Understanding kita kung mal tela yasay mal tela diri ka kimwala sa kasing how best to get that data. Lang kadamlaras tuang of course a reporter mora tax gidiri mo sort through mo ngani ako na estimate tending di kalsal mal accurate as far as kasi nga mo impact actual tariff from Rigel and Mera we're already experiencing even before ang tariff experience inflation mo kada manel kasi ala laklan ro wadim namo mari so self priority tilgid o mesnya kasing ngaraigel produce sabi dal actually kada makaro ra valor belo for sa apple we never be able to grow apple oranges maiga kasing dakal sabel ngara alternative mo ra igigidel sabi dal makaro introduce to the markets fruit fly one big challenge el mera gidel ara seldong ra fruit trees. Pamlamlame sa postra ministerial wasing mani expert ra cheikal mlame kadastat mo understand ra extent ra fruit fly infestation throughout ra babaldaw. So igel balu bol focus sa orior ay maliga initially. Initial survey kasing leng ngani ako mdas yung fiber badangel fruit fly lang arbelaw affect the different types of fruits ngayadal mo understand na gigid and then I begin to put in control measures so one part sa gidel project gid tiabal adiregal mo develop one fruit tree farm agim leo ngita tiro se memdrilia ken government land beotri gida amo muri base ra gida agim mo determine sengal type of fruit asaba edel mo focus ringi and then developer se gida mo ngania ako tra badangin la fruit saba edel mul mura market of course akwabang ang alingi ma dragon fruit ang alingi most likely kada mo di simply increase the production na gigidal tablong o kada mo include na pineapple ay gigida gim kora di komis effort gigida umgoro lo yasa malamulo di gida manelo siya yasa takes a lot of care, a lot of investment, a lot of technical capacity ngalingi seluldas ra mamula shares ra niwal malgayok mang esar gel wasing household garden integrated with the renewable energy. Sem la start padam lang maudo mong di marar implementation lang. Yang aning sel book commercial farmer bo the developer na nekin. La kadam na solo siya agel ngiwan la small production el di sustain a community ma household use. Ya commercial farmer nekin agil mo produce on mera market rorio. Siya wan rauriol giblam uli mania partnership with FAO blada mo mania grant blada statal planning mo adik medung mo available egida uro lo bangela TTM madere kan government trasabar ko sa kada makara consolidate tagal technical assistant tira o maskit will help the developer take the commercial farm. So it's gonna take maybe a year or two for us to realize say gidil ding tial renglal ara laklan dire kal kora blessing el merigit. Lemlamo gire del kada di milgora food security na karamo di la lemlamo gire del moringi imadring. So to me it's a blessing in disguise el empower gidil moral mo invest in this food production. So lang.
Kada ito nga example lang guys. Ayem lang ara $3 a dozen. Mo COVID era mo ara $6 a dozen. Yeah, last year at mo ada 39 million al mal garablo amrigel lom elangais. So las pagara na. And they said that's going to be the case for the next 6 months until they recover. So just another example of why food security is important. Sometimes it's more expensive. Angay serbela. Hindi taraulagel business amo dakal survive mo. But maybe we need to figure out how we can keep them sustainable. So mo dakal experience ay gal shocks.
President, with the recent executive order, President Trump will cease penny production. Ngaring niya agora a government tergi del gora o mes masuber tialwa se katamom karale of course kada uspe a US dollars yal eliminate penny production of course a PGST ma mark up pel percent ngara ko raw the swimel giren say
Well, kita depende do the American. And that's the currency that we use by law. So I think it's more important now than ever. I say, مقدر اللي تلت ده أنا خلي Palau stable coin. هي مو ده مسألة لا يقدر نسوي سبيني سكده. I mean that's forward thinking. Like, bottom line, Trump say cut the penny production because it costs more than 1 cent. The producer got 1 cent. Mangaram kad berhuri. And if you go digital, you don't need money. So that's why we have to think differently. So reality, it's going to be a problem. Already, it's been a problem in Malap Pennies. It's difficult for the banks because it's expensive. So by the time you run to those shortages, and then now blood stopping. Yeah,
President,
we have to learn to adapt.
why say
So لغدا تسال بضغط
Move forward.
technology.
President nganya maasal mlekol ratu taural me ang waseng ilua mlo sa el ngua tax refund dal while blood retire sira last year di elgo el alir and diak manggora ogel wasen sab emelgora henzim say
Okay. So, a tax refund, wala ka malani ka mle pay tax. Regular income markaw. So al sumukulura last year, wala nga rin a tax refund der milo, because sa kulurur, emle pay tax, maula ka malari sa refund. Now, imora social benefit. Hindi ka ngoram lang mo mo kaya refund. Sede ka refund. Sede yes when more adult above 60 years old, well $480. Ela say give. Unfortunately, our other will be la drigal pasra la lo appropriate seludo. Sira da pasra yo sanga etemle authorizing. Kitamle ask authorization appropriation. Last year, tira sing amo song saudod matamdimle authorize emil wasing kada appropriate mga tiar ulak mo tiar financial report ase a collection amla exceed sel kidamle project 3 by at least 5% overall. So there's money. Please appropriate tialudo. There's nothing to, we don't need to wait. January 16, nakadamistri alla. May nakatamal di mga tilo kasi tilalbuiling siya daw tabaditi. Ako nila sing siya limbrean. Di, 3 readings required in both houses. I'll make sign. Diba, minimum wage. Send it tomorrow, I'll sign it tomorrow. Di, akmal di mga adrabla mga sula.
Nga niya imura umitan lamel wase nga niya maas masuga $200 ra retirement. Tol ngito wase sa ML gora mo omes older lo tiar adara olbil wase pol sa in more niya ko latir.
Kamalgora Social Security. Okay, so let's be clear on the Social Security. The Social Security amle Nagigil $50 an increase. Not planned for, not budgeted. So kadamle create a deficit Social Security that puts it in jeopardy to go bankrupt. So 2 years ago, jointly, kadamle proposing more say we need to change what we're doing in Social Security to ensure the sustainability going forward. So, question is saying, more SS, there's no money. So, SS cannot raise if they don't have enough money coming in. So, first together, fixing make sure there's enough money to keep it sustainable. And that's why there's proposed legislation to change that. The part that said proposed legislation, all bill, 2 years, adiregal, autorakil was a, masel stat lolasa ududirar adrablu, ma SS mingirilo tiraknin ran mas. Hindi kita alam na yun kasi all bill has not passed the law. So ngaram na solution rin. Could release social assistance $480. Sel $480 mo calculate rin $40 a month siya sa drosing cola. Question na sing ariya na alsits ngar all bill akululaw tamal di pasin baksa na rin. Okay?
Yang ngoreng semangla.
Call your senator, call your delegate.
President ang kokoramil sa tial one-stop shop. Nga niya gora okel wase matial one-stop shop am legirel rigel rogul obises el adame meharabil lertir. Egora dimlakal part taudas tial obisa president makam gora explain malbol understand dar adarapalul gora wase tial obisa president ngara manglamura one-stop shop.
Hindi ko sisiyo. A plan, I get all obis ngara collection or coming here. Sedri kal change. Kadiri kal lombra lo ase important together ara. It accessible morara. Adang artiang yang bay mari aklol te ledan mestri adrablu and there's space. So we just reallocated space. The sale intent has not changed.
Kora di last ngaringar adel masaudara tirigale adarangot albalulo diorel amo osiga asylum malubang yeso ler employer tiral amakiter tir matakira tial housing ra akato ni Matogel wasi nga ngiyar makatatal ngar care say emlal mutal renew a work permit tir emelmol malorior. Manggora dimle sorry rakmet kuger kal wasi sing muangaratet telela torior masugatori dala de alpe attacks. Manggora di so kal loter sil guk timle karilangal adamle message mil.
Okay. Triga osiga asylum, but toriol illegally, litiga dekal permitted lorior. Adang
Wala kalo tumlo te ilisra employer mo kira tial housing
Yeah.
ogo ren di tamalmol mal kira housing renew ra permit tire orore ududla mang
malal sumut renew a permitted tiring ngare employer.
oy say un makwasi erecting tial
Okay,
garir
material agirel mara employer tiral agirel take care tir. Dekal girel maral tiragid rurol waisem. Sulang lo aism tura minister tutur maradal moral mo investigate. That's what they're supposed to do. Aloreng se loral to another label more sing sel sing tangarger. Catholic mission el find out. Sulang ka information.
Erak mo say baigal bebira karig manik sel press conference and the last del digamente minister Rahel de vice president agumda sen di aldin ministry Rahel agumda sen botokol government offices ma private sector el adamaral di complain rar adel masisi apadangire park ra handicap parking bebira time algon dia kastigir etomol park ra handicap parking magotora di so adel logi utian ni presidente ol nito asipol sa parilar adel maral park ay gelgiri park ni atang sulang.
So lang igim address rin iye.
Dekal maral kaya so I know ngare security ra hospital se la to de ngoro tir ngare di gada dirikal mo askar adar blu lo se. Lakam handicap lakam parking space handicap. I mean kita di other bela di ga the game. Abay gira more sele system ra gabar take pictures tir. Next time mo picture tir el parking handicap de handicap posting on Facebook. Si otro order.
Ya di last president tau erak mul mesti tigal.
We need citizen patrol.
Why say? Hindi po
Shame.
hindi ka halborngi Ministry of Justice, Minister of Justice dia ka di po sa Attorney General. Nga niya atara palul ko radio kel wase pol sa paril kuk tungo update tersel ko talela at lamps ersel tilup rata koro state talk pound mang akora di hu sel loter si amsula.
Amsula. Madayola se AG lang arte se it's under investigation. Makuha din mo AG sing under investigation and hopefully maybe next press conference I'll please get update. Sulang nga ragir lang. Cloud to trailer.
Mali last tablol kari ke emo namotia kari ke president koramle tatsaringi Jennifer ngaringi koral de swemel gire la mo minister of justice ngari kora blam statron da sol gire kora amla submit the appointees rabekal ministries except that one. Yeah, the other question the kora kasi domesra schedule ka 2 months ang malkloa traveler ka malkloa to ka awre malmot ngawal question say gel domestic I got related and more domestic policies accounting ara korang aringil domestic issue gil mom ne priority gaul mom da swengire mal focus ringira within this next 3 months. Sis MDN seringi alas question nga kya ni mura minister vice president domestic gel klungela US federal funding el mura hospital maklo based sel 2024 December financial statement to the Ministry of Finance ngaring ating ngaring 25 million el to be implemented. Waklong lang arar self-funding affected tel freeze Trump ngaring ako impact ringi hiring I mean employment talo bang to ko ngaring impact ringi ko hospital if you can answer that. So, coming Mr. President, that's just the 2 questions that I have.
Okay. So sel dungura Ministry of Justice ng goradri ngare are appointees and madere regal act. Al step by step para dos tira te ala nadro albin finish ay ngar madrid October annex. We don't want to slow them down ngare yan mal critical al gira del mga mokle diri atat mok. We want to also on a domestic front ngare yan legislation bladas ko adro albil asem take care. And the sooner they deal with them, I think the better for all of us. Everything from 480 and more create a tel BSN ministry so we can really focus on culture, Torah, youth, and then even helping out state governments. Malmasang olbil. So we've given them and their Tomorrow Sinadara anik klugo. Mnamre regular session or tir we're hoping no se bolse el maybe a special session el satel akta gal tagolen. We need their support. At the end of the day, oy, malso al Superman, but sumukti al sir ngari al minister so namogir gal hara radel mrula gal urior to help milling. Betokakat magil. And we need a team. So, nasim namre clerk artir, namre legal counsel artir, angare sergeant of arms sa Senate, ma house. Just like them that need to operate, I need my team to operate effectively. Gida amnero sing kloa alorunya Trump trial katra budget rablu amrigen. And vice can share a yellow public health. The so first was I get to public health. Sell amount of 25 million. That's not just 1 year. It's over a multi-year period. Was I grant term. And I just want to give you an example or a grant that was cut. Degal education. I'm saying regional education labs. I get term I get grant 5 years. So there was a 2022 to 2025 grant. Sel grant am help I get private schools. Unfortunately, one I get more otila tele Department of Government Efficiency so I get look services amo trop. Aktiri kam narmeng so selo West Care provide a service in Palau, madiri services and mom traveling through the grant funding. I think at the last press conference I talked about USTDA funding stopping. But directly related more compact. Ding other grants gida amalay sell sumun stop funding and they stop Palau. It stops everywhere. So we need to understand it's not only Palau is impacted. Impact Raguam, Saibal, Hawaii, and everywhere, all across the U.S. So, anyway, sa te ala Vice President manukul update together ay to hospital.
Di waigel blandong Presidente Lay. Ngaringat gibel klaro sa numbers lo labar adra finance rigid, makuk public health rigid. Bang in el time ngaringi awal ko raw el marara igal tablo lobis reconcile igal numbers tier so sige del figure direct el subject el mora reconciliation mang setang ongerung kadam latal da dalira before kagita president el lamo masawa ngi igel ngia already guk federal grants el mera tower hospital mera public health igel already la kamire de dispersed igel gidi adial impacted di say gidal guk aigel guk tirgak aigel gidi adi ak salsyo luaseng mo ang rawur batalel gum so aigal guk programs al marar al time ay kang continue guk mo aigel endra aigel guk funding ringi di as to the future aigel guk tiagal sa pedal ngartiang mol mo ngaral girel for now but say gidi aklo gula kadablo lola pa maklo numbers waseng malklo malimis al klo although del federal grants low spare niya public health rabalo Palau Hindi segi dal wal warat tal gibel ngaring klaro sa numbers sa kuklola ba finance tial public health rigid en ngaring segi dal reor maral reconcile aro will toy mo sisiwa numbers rigid as we go on.
Sular selekera, I think ang seldong uya report kada sing amak klodo dora public health mo hospital mde los pa audo. Mela kada ba seguir excuse mela kada fund dora hospital selolita pais. O ise pais.
Flow mami.
Okay. Padi so duli seguir deleng. Bibira time kada mesa gen number mo kasi hindi ka los pa angeso.
Mal quick follow up per se, President. I can nombre el budget bills na before. Ngaring attempt lolsis para siltokora grant fund sila budget. Basing kurawable identify grant misois. In terms of resilience, why in case it take it albangaring al time. Ngaring uldas well mo leng maklo okay hindi ka sa ko sa maklo kwanta mo a Ministry of Health hindi ka klo development funds ma financial aid wala blue bela nakakarusel bulul mesoy sabra abat orotel government target ngaring iya ko uldas president al mo Mr. Selva say waklong ilang nga exposure kita ko kay del toy sa bela ulgora sabi la budget and what take that into account. I'm sure it's accounted for in the budget and the exposure.
So there's two things. One, I think you have to remember a grant in hospital specific. Nga urtu iresel gel grant torak pulido sa kados peril gire langara. Hindi ka do that. Do that through appropriation. So al sum sa dong desen tela igal grant marogo. It's in the financial report. We show it in the financial report. So we can see telangal sangaset. We're very fortunate. Maybe more than half of funding the government yes are outside. Without that assistance, we would have to tax more. That's the bottom line. Kadamaral mga solar donors Guardate con ese appropriate per tiempo se well so ga tilalu do el grant for tigal ngara al purpose so ga appropriate in mora this purpose. Well, it's not our money to begin with, so how can you appropriate it? Congress ambril amle appropriate for that purpose. Le gida apply el grant tengulos peri. Same procedure other urtrin igal assistance kada aska India lo se so ma grant to kasi what for kita amount justify say we need it because we need so the multi victim shelter and these are the purposes eventually say okay kita udo mugot say process and more igal al bekel el balloon. So that's why by importance el PIDP o sing na plan again PDP Palau Development Plan seguida autan o say ngara igel 2P and then now still ligaram regal we have 10 million 5 million for maintenance 5 million for infrastructure Amrigal has taken the Amrigal Abelam la take liberty lo say we want to appropriate that money. It's fine, but still at the end of the day ngir mora interior e asirtiro se tiang fitter proposal grant etira gongeri indegal gongeri so ngare igel appropriate other bill. For example, simple, I give bus. Okay, bus. So, appropriate maintenance and infrastructure and other Amriga send the qualified till grant. Local fund. So I'm just saying these are what we need to understand in a grant process. A grant area rules area specific proposal ngirel ngare the proposal kasi ukti mer ngare yeah. And then if we don't use them, we lose them. So sulang ra ang willing. And it's good. I'm glad you're reading a financial report. Oh, lastly, namor silindra press conference rigid from sulang. Dimle 1 hour and a half. So ding to bet sil sir tiamal di teru border tire al sils tara el sils ro mal mo saro mel ngaria gotrule sadalo mereka sulir tira mereka orang kira masyur kira rabek al sils ngaria terul tira tanjobir tire al sils ngaria tilo tele vice president ngara hospital madire kal riva saguma madire kal officer ko tiga mal kora di happy birthday amal mereka orang al kira tiar tora cyber security makata mal mereka sulir wase birthday tira di mereka orang sulang pastor since ang artian ni kadim malulur close ko since kadri ko banggit sulang tel magim
Tolulu. Vamos a partir de el demam Dios a balwadas. Aquí me han suele merubah kami lubang mamra ula la meeting. Mamutur telu lubang le rubah. Adam aquí mel merang suele mera kelangal tengah tablam pas kemam adra belau mablu mam. Rubah aquí dari kalau merang suele mertikel terur adal tanju betil al sils optilo mariva. Agil kita raga rubah me pasteri aklo kelangal tengah belum la sils sertir. Rubah kadi lorma mel lorua urerem. El mosel gotat kurabel sebarir. Asio di sesiang lungu Europa kalau mereka mamrugui el lorio rabelau el morsal gotot kurabel sebamir adam el masyur dia kadil adar belau dia el masyur adam agi mereka sulam Europa kalau dar saya rugui ngara odang ngara klelang algem Yesus yang sebelah amen
Malaysia kemarin sulang mereka sudah bekal adar belau dia selalu makal tengah tera adar belau rugui malwa belwa adar belau ma next 2 weeks from now. Puta kaswes. Oman sudah.